Let me guess, you're the one everyone comes to for money. You're the family ATM, the friend who always picks up the check, the soft touch who can't say no. And at 50-something, you're looking at your bank account wondering where the hell it all went. Here's the truth that'll piss you off. Your niceness is why you're broke. Not the economy, not bad luck. Your pathological need to be liked is literally keeping you poor. Today I'm going to show you exactly how being nice is sabotaging your wealth, why it gets worse after 50, and how to stop being a financial doormat before it's too late. This is Behavioral Wealth Lab. Buckle up, this one's going to sting. The nice person's poverty trap. Let's get something straight. I'm not talking about being kind or having values. I'm talking about the toxic niceness that makes you light yourself on fire to keep others warm. Dr. Harriet Breaker called it the disease to please, and it's reaching epidemic levels in people over 50. Why? Because you've had 5 decades of social programming telling you that good people sacrifice, that money is dirty, and that wanting wealth makes you selfish. Here's what the research shows. People who score high on agreeableness earn 18% less over their lifetime than those who don't. That's from a Notre Dame study of 25,000 people. But it gets worse. A Cornell study found that agreeable people over 50 have 40% less in retirement savings. They're not just earning less, they're keeping less. You know why? Because nice people don't negotiate. Nice people don't invest aggressively. Nice people give away money they don't have to people who don't deserve it. The psychology of financial self-sabotage. Your brain is wired to seek approval. It's basic survival programming. Being liked meant staying alive in tribal times. But that same wiring is now making you poor. Every time you lend money you know you won't get back, your brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. You literally get high on being used. It's like being addicted to your own exploitation. Dr. Brad Klotz's research on money scripts shows that nice people typically carry 3 toxic beliefs. Money corrupts people. Good people don't care about money. There's a virtue in struggle. Sound familiar? These aren't noble principles. They're poverty programming. And after 50, they calcify into your identity. Here's the neuroscience. Your prefrontal cortex, the part that should be making rational financial decisions, gets hijacked by your limbic system's need for social approval. You're literally too emotional to build wealth. The result? You're 55 with nothing to show for decades of hard work because you gave it all away trying to be the good guy. Nice person behavior. Number 1, the family ATM. Your 30-year-old kid needs rent money again. Your sibling has another emergency. Your cousin has a can't-miss business opportunity. And what do? You open your wallet because that's what family does. Bullshit. That's what enablers do. Research from the Federal Reserve shows that parents over 50 who regularly give money to adult children have 25% less retirement savings. You're literally sacrificing your future to fund their failure. But here's the part nobody talks about. You're not helping them. You're crippling them. Studies show that adult children who receive regular financial support from parents have lower earnings, worse credit scores, and higher divorce rates. Your niceness is creating generational poverty. But at least everyone thinks you're sweet, right? Nice person behavior number 2, the chronic under-earner. When was the last time you asked for a raise, negotiated your salary, raised your rates? Let me guess. You don't want to seem greedy, you're just grateful to have a job. You don't want to rock the boat? Carnegie Mellon research shows that people who negotiate their salary earn $1 million more over their career than those who don't. $1 million, that's the price of being nice. But it's worse after 50. You tell yourself it's too late to negotiate, too late to job hop, too late to demand what you're worth. So you sit there underpaid and overworked, while less qualified but more assertive people pass you by. Here's the brutal truth. Your employer isn't being nice to you. They're thrilled you're too nice to ask for more. Every year you don't negotiate, you're volunteering for a pay cut. Nice person behavior. Number 3, the conflict avoider. Your financial advisor is bleeding you with fees. Your business partner is taking advantage. Your tenant hasn't paid rent in months. But confrontation makes you uncomfortable. You don't want to be that person, so you eat the loss, swallow the disrespect, and wonder why you're always broke. UCLA research shows that people who avoid financial conflicts lose an average of $75,000 over their lifetime to fees, bad deals, and unpaid debts. $75,000 because you couldn't have an uncomfortable conversation. After 50, this gets exponentially worse. You're dealing with estate planning, retirement accounts, social security decisions, all requiring tough conversations and firm boundaries. But you're too nice to have them, so you get screwed repeatedly. But hey, at least nobody's mad at you. Nice person behavior number 4, the compulsive giver. Every charity calls, you donate. Every GoFundMe appears, you contribute. Every sob story hits your inbox. Out comes the credit card. You call it generosity. I call it financial suicide. Research from the Science of Generosity Initiative shows something fascinating. Strategic givers, those who plan their charitable giving, accumulate 45% more wealth than impulsive givers. Why? Because strategic givers give from surplus. Impulsive givers give from necessity. You're not Mother Teresa. You're not running a foundation. You're a person over 50 who needs to secure their own oxygen mask before helping others. But you won't, because that would be selfish. Newsflash, there's no virtue in being a generous pauper. Nice person behavior. Number 5, the investment wimp. Your money sits in a savings account earning 0.01% because investing feels risky. You don't want to seem like one of those greedy Wall Street types. Meanwhile, inflation is eating your money alive. You're not being conservative. You're guaranteeing poverty. Vanguard research shows that highly agreeable people allocate 15% less to stocks than others, costing them hundreds of thousands in retirement. Why? Because stocks feel mean. Bonds feel nice. This isn't moral superiority. It's financial illiteracy dressed up as virtue. The market doesn't care about your feelings. Compound interest doesn't give points for being nice. You're choosing poverty because growth requires a backbone you refuse to develop. The age 50 amplifier. Here's why this gets catastrophically worse after 50. First, time isn't on your side anymore. Every dollar you give away or undercharge is a dollar that can't compound for retirement. The opportunity cost is massive. Second, everyone expects more from you now. Aging parents need help. Adult children have kids. Everyone assumes you've made it by 50, so the requests intensify. Third, your earning window is closing. You can't make up for 30 years of being a doormat with 15 years of aggressive saving. The math doesn't work. Fourth, cognitive decline is real. Research shows that financial decision-making peaks at 53 and declines after. Your nice person tendencies get worse as your prefrontal cortex weakens. You're in the perfect storm. Maximum pressure, minimum time, declining capacity, and a lifetime of people-pleasing habits. The brutal cost analysis. Let's do the math on your niceness. Lending to family friends, minus $50,000. Not negotiating salary, minus $300,000. Avoiding confrontation, minus $75,000. Impulsive giving, minus $40,000. Conservative investing, minus $200,000. Total cost of being nice, $665,000. That's a comfortable retirement you pissed away to avoid difficult conversations. But the real cost isn't money, it's freedom, it's dignity, it's the ability to retire without being a burden. It's the option to get quality health care. It's the difference between thriving and merely surviving. Your niceness didn't buy you love. It bought you poverty with a side of resentment. The neuroscience of breaking free. Here's the good news. Your brain can change. Neuroplasticity doesn't stop at 50. You can literally rewire your financial personality. Stanford neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Huberman's research shows that consistent behavior change creates new neural pathways in 21 to 66 days. You can overwrite 5 decades of people-pleasing programming, but it requires doing things that feel deeply uncomfortable. Saying no without explaining, asking for what you're worth, setting boundaries without apologizing, prioritizing your financial security, accepting that some people won't like you. Your amygdala will scream, your stress hormones will spike, You'll feel like a bad person. Good. That's your poverty programming dying. The recovery protocol. Here's your 90-day nice person recovery plan. Days 1 to 30, awareness phase. Track every dollar you give, lend, or undercharge. Notice the physical sensations when you want to people please. Write down the story you tell yourself about money and morality. Days 31 to 60, boundary phase. Practice saying, I can't afford that, even if you can. Negotiate one thing, anything, each week. Stop explaining or justifying your financial decisions. Days 61 to 90, abundance phase. Raise your rates, ask for a raise. Invest the money you would have given away. Cut off at least one financial parasite. The research is clear. People who complete this type of protocol increase their net worth by an average of 23% in 1 year. The new rules. Here are your new money rules after 50. Your financial security comes first. Period. Not your kids, not your friends, not charity. You. No more loans. Only gifts you can afford to lose. If you can't afford to never see it again, you can't afford to lend it. Every yes to them is a no to your future. Choose accordingly. Being liked is expensive. Being respected is profitable. Pick one. Your retirement isn't selfish. It's responsible. Stop apologizing for planning. The uncomfortable truth. Here's what's really going on. Your niceness is narcissism in disguise. You're addicted to being seen as the good guy, the helper, the generous one. It's not about them, it's about your ego. True kindness comes from strength, not weakness. True generosity comes from abundance, not scarcity. You can't give what you don't have, and right now you don't have enough. The most loving thing you can do for everyone in your life is get your financial shit together. Be the example, not the cautionary tale. Your kids need to see a parent who values themselves. Your friends need to respect your boundaries. Your family needs to know the bank is closed. Will some people call you selfish? Absolutely. Will some relationships end? Probably. Will you lose your reputation as the nice one? Hopefully. But you'll gain something worth more than their approval. Financial freedom. The choice. You're at a crossroads. You can keep being nice and die broke, or you can get uncomfortable and build wealth. There's no third option. Every day you wait, the hole gets deeper. Every dollar you give away is gone forever. Every opportunity you miss doesn't come back. You spent 50+ years putting everyone else first. How's that working out? Check your bank balance and tell me if nice is worth it. The clock is ticking. Your earning years are numbered. Your compound interest window is closing. Your cognitive function is declining. This isn't about becoming an ass. It's about stopping being a doormat. There's a massive difference. Your assignment, your homework for this week, say no to one money request without explaining why. Have one uncomfortable money conversation you've been avoiding. Do one selfish thing with your money, then come back and tell me how it felt. I bet it felt like freedom. If this triggered you, good. That's your poverty programming fighting for survival. Share this with another nice person who needs to hear it. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do is tell someone the brutal truth. This is Behavioral Wealth Lab. Stop being nice. Start being wealthy. The choice is yours.